So I was in Chosen Stream a little while ago, and someone linked this in the chat, and he pulled it up, and we kind of looked it over and talked about it a little bit. And I just felt compelled to come make a video on it real quick, so I'm going to try not to make this too long. I want to say before I get started, if you're expecting me to meme here or turn this into a skit, it's not happening. I'm just really here to give my thoughts on this post. And I also want to say before I get started, because I'm about to say some positive things about Plarium, and unfortunately, I feel like I've set the tone that you guys expect me to say negative things about them. So I think if I say positive things, you're immediately going to think maybe I've sold out or that they've bought me out or something like that. So I hope that's not the case. And it is not the case. I hope that you guys don't think that, and that is certainly not the case. But I am a firm believer in if you're going to point out the negative, you have to be willing to acknowledge the positive. And I think there's some positive here. So I wanted to make a video and talk about it. And I think the whole post is good. I think the whole post is interesting, and there's a lot to talk about here. I'm only really going to talk about this. I only really want to talk about the first paragraph because it's, I think it's the most important part to me personally. Thank you guys for sharing your thoughts with us. I won't say that your comments don't sting, but at the same time, we realize that you provide us with constructive criticism, and reacting properly to things like that is the way to success. Now, the last time they made a post like this where they were kind of acknowledging that they were hearing us, I tried to be optimistic about it, which was not correct. I guess it did not work out well, and it was kind of a bad post. They kind of danced around the important stuff. If they touched on anything that was moderately important, they didn't really give any. They didn't like blatantly acknowledge anything that was really important to the players. Here they do that. Vault and artifact storage improvements, champion rebalancing, faction war rework, new events and tournaments. They're touching on all the things that everyone is upset about right now, for the most part, which I really appreciate. But the thing that really stands out here to me is, I won't say your comments don't sting. This is indicative to me that we're really being heard, that they're really reading our comments, that they're paying attention. The rest of it could just be generic, whatever. But this, because they're in a position where their player base is upset and frustrated, and everything's gonna come across really aggressive and really really rough, you know, and it's unfortunate. And I feel bad for Cirilla. I don't know Cirilla. I've never had an interaction with her. I assume that as community manager, her role is not making all the decisions that are upsetting everyone. I feel like she's relaying the information. I don't know what the rest of her duties entail, but it bugs me. The thought of her dreading having to come make posts like this or post something in the Discord really bugs me. Because it's not her fault, but she's the one we have access to, so she's the one that catches the wrath of the players. So that upsets me a little bit, but there's just not much that can be done about it. You know, it kind of comes with the territory. So I hope that she does not take it all too personally and that it doesn't bother her that much. And understand, you know, when we say Plarium, it would take too long to clarify every time we say it, but it's the being that is Plarium. It's the game dev being. It's not all the individuals. There's probably one or two people making these decisions that are really pissing everybody off, and everybody else is just doing their job. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's important to acknowledge. And you know I make my skits and I meme on them and I do what I do. I try to keep it lighthearted. I try to keep it impersonal. I never want the narrative to become that it's me against Plarium or that I hate Plarium or that I hate anything. It's quite the contrary. I love the game. I think even more so I love the community. And I'm invested. It's just personal to me that this game is good and does well. I've put a lot of time and a lot of energy into this game and into this community and into my channel surrounding this game. And it's personal to me that it does well. You know, I understand that it's just a game and all that stuff, but as someone who's trying to, you know, grow as a content creator and make a career out of it, and that just believes they should be doing what is right, you know, some of the things that they're doing are just so blatantly wrong. You know, it's personal. What can I do about it? I would like it to do well. I would love for them to turn it around. And I don't think it's too late to turn it around, but you've got your work cut out for you because you've just, for so long, seemed so unwilling to engage and listen and acknowledge anything that you've done wrong. I mean, even with the Foley Fusion thing, which I don't think there's anybody that'll disagree that was just flat out wrong. It was so obviously orchestrated to put people in a position where they were forced to spend money. I don't think there's anybody that can really disagree with that. And then afterwards, your attitude towards it was kind of like, well, we told you to save your stuff. I don't know what to tell you if you couldn't do it. Just missed. Really, really tone deaf, really bad, and I don't think you've recovered from it. And I don't think you've really tried to, but this is a good step in the right direction. This is real acknowledgement here. You know, like I said, I think we've been upset about this gap between Plarium and us, and this lack of interest, this seeming lack of interest from Plarium in closing that gap. This is a step in closing that gap. Now we know we're being heard because you wouldn't know the comments sting unless you read them. So, in spite of an unwillingness to want to be optimistic, I feel a little optimistic about this. I'm still very skeptical. I'm definitely not like jumping on a bandwagon. I'm going to wait and see what 1.12 brings. And I so hope it's good, man. I so hope it's good. I would love to be able to make a video after this patch comes out going, look how great this is. Look at everything they listened to. Look what a good job they did with this. I would love to make those videos, man. But I'm not going to make them unless they're true. So, I really hope you turn it around because 1.12 is crucial. You're at a fork in the road here, and if 1.12 is bad, you're going to immediately lose a noticeable number of players. Your active player number is going to drop immediately if 1.12 is bad because you've got so many players that are this close to quitting as it is, and one more big patch that sucks is going to be the thing to run them off, and that's going to be the official beginning of the end of Raid. So I really hope it's a good one, man. I really hope you guys are listening and you're trying, and that this is an effort to make your players happy and not to make money, because that's the problem. We need an apparent shift in your focus. If only even for a little bit, we need to feel like your goal is for us to be happy and then to make money, which will make you more money, ultimately. So, because I'll go back to spending. If you put out 1.12 and you've clearly listened to us and the game is great, I'll go back to spending money. Like a lot of us will. You'll make more money if you make us happy. That's the way that goes. So I hope it's good. I would love for it to be good. And let's just be willing for it. Let's be willing to receive it if it's good. That's all I'm saying. I know we're all angry and we're in a position where they've just been dogging us for so long, you know. And it can be easy to not even see it when it happens, but let's just wait and see. And if it's good, let's let it be good, and let's acknowledge that it's good, and let's make it known to them that we think it's good. And if it's bad, let's do what we do. Let's do what we've been doing. They're gonna have to figure it out, or the game is just gonna die. And that's just what it is. So that's it. I don't want to ramble too long. I think this video is longer than I wanted it to be, but that's it. I just kind of wanted to touch on that. I think this is important right here. It seems like a real post. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon.